What's going on, guys? It's your favorite businessman, CEO Rico, on ceoricotv.com. Hey, listen, I got another one for y'all. Video coming off TikTok. Let's get directly into it, man, because y'all ain't gonna believe this one. Let's get into it.
The main reasons that I can never, ever be a stepfather again. I used to be one at one point in time, right? It's because I've seen the stepdaughter help their mother cheat on the stepdaddy. Let me repeat that in case they went over your head. I've seen the stepdaughter help the mother cheat on the stepdaddy. The man who has been taking care of her from the time she was old enough to walk. She owes him no loyalty because he is not her biological father. She is just a man who is helping take care of her. Now, mind you, I've never seen any stepsons do this. Not saying they did or didn't. I'm only speaking from my experience. I haven't seen it. Maybe you have. But I was dealing with this chick, right? And we never went on any dates. We never took any walks in the park. We never did anything romantic. It was strictly sexual. And so one day I go over her house and we in there smashing it. We having one of our little freak sessions going at it, right? And her house, right, she has this big oak front door. But she also has this screen glass door before you get to the oak door. So we in there going at it. And I heard Key tapping on the front screen, the glass. One of them consistent knocks. And she put her hands on my chest and like try to push me up off her. And she like scrambling to get out the bed. So I rolled over. I'm like, what the hell? And then you heard a tap at the window. Tap, 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 tap. A man's voice yelled, why you got the fucking screen door locked? Come open the fucking door. Her face like is like in fear. Now I'm sitting there ass naked. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, who is that? She like, that's Maurice. I'm like, who the fuck is Maurice? She like, that's my man. I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, don't worry. He ain't got his key to the screen door. I'm like, what about the back?
Bro, whole situation off top, wild as hell. Okay? Wild. That's all I can say. Wild as hell. I do not understand how women or men, whatever, but women can bring another man into the home where another man, her man, lays his head and contributes to the overall household. Like, I understand, doing your thug thing, but it just hit different when it's like you sneaking the dude in the crib in this nigga bed or your bed, whatever. Because some women could try to say, oh, this is my house, this and that. It's like, well, I mean, you dating the nigga that you dating, so whatever. But y'all bed. But you getting smashed by a whole nother dude in the bed. Like, it's just like immoral. I mean, it's a lot. That shit is just nasty, man.
Dude, like it's a different lock. He can't open the screen door. I'm like, oh man, at this moment, I get to looking around the house, right? And I get to noticing shit that I would normally pay attention to. But like I said, this was only a smash and grab. I used to hit and run like a nigga with no car insurance. So I never really analyzed or paid attention to anything around the room. But today I did. I see Air Force Ones, Jordans, and Timberlands on the side of the wall, right? Big shoes. Them ain't no women's shoes. Then it hit me. I'm like, damn, it's two big ass pit bulls in the backyard. So I can't go out there. And I'm thinking like, why didn't I pay attention to that? A woman with two big ass pit bulls. I'm like, wow, what the fuck?
Even though some chicks do, for some odd reason, do have, big dogs. I mean, and it is what it is. But the pit bull specifically, two of them, especially if they like some big bulky motherfuckers, it's kind of like, yeah, them probably ain't your dogs, because them dogs is a lot to deal with at times. So it's like, don't get me wrong, pit bulls, they can be definitely friendly. They big babies. But on the flip side, they're a very strong breed. So, but yeah, that typically says like, yeah, bro, it's a man somewhere around there. Them big ass dogs, ain't no chick about to just deal with no big ass dogs on a consistent basis like that. In general, some very small of them do, but in general, you get what I'm saying.
I'm finna do now. She grabbed my clothes and she said, come on, come on. I followed her to her daughter's room. Now her daughter's room is right beside hers. Her daughter ain't on a cell phone. She bust through the door like, Maurice, her daughter hop up out the bed like this is routine. Like this is a fucking fire drill. She's like, come on. Get in the bed. So I lay in the bed. She throw the cover on me. I almost said old girl name.
Hold on. But my question right there, is bro still naked? Like, cause he never said anything like he put his clothes on. So did he go into the daughter room naked? And I'm going to automatically assume that the daughter is of a certain age, because it's like no grown ass man about to just go into no, you get what I'm saying? Like, you not about to do that, bro. They're just, no. So I'm assuming she's of age, but it's still like, as he's sitting there explaining it, the mom said, Maurice is here. She hops up as if this a regular ass routine. It's like, one, the mom is diabolical, of course, but then now she taught those same bad habits and behaviors to her daughter, and her daughter is already hip to game. Like, yeah, this is what we do already. Crazy. Wild.
Old girl goes to the front door. Her daughter closed the door. Her door, hop in the bed, laying beside me. I heard dude walking all through the house. Like, you can tell when a dude mad, because you can hear his feet. Like, he down there stomping. Why it take you so long to open the fucking door? They going back and forth. She hitting him with the, you insecure, what you tripping off of? And all that. They going back and forth. This dude opened the door to the room. I'm talking about, just push the door in. She like, knock before you come in my damn room. He look at me like, oh, my fault. I ain't know you had company. I'm sitting in the bed like, damn. He leave. They go in there and finish arguing. You can hear them going back and forth. Her daughter said, I'm finna get you up out of her. I'm like, cool. I ain't finna argue about that. Let's go. Put my stuff on, right? She knock on her mama's door. You can hear them in there arguing. She like, Mom, I'm finna go to the store. Okay, baby, okay. I walked to the front door, bro. I got in my car. I left. I never turned back. I never said anything else to her. Never. I was done with that situation. But come to find out, this guy had been in her stepkid, well, in her kid's life for years.
Wow.
For years. How do I know this? Because the girl I was creeping with was my big brother's girlfriend's cousin. And he been there for years taking care of them kids. Like I said, I don't know if the stepson ever participated in anything like that. It was just the stepdaughter. And that is why I would never, ever be a stepfather again, because I have been once. I have been once. I know a lot of y'all gonna be upset like it ain't all. I didn't say it was all. You're gonna always have some that work out. But for a lot of dudes who become stepfathers, right, you got to keep in mind, you are not the biological father. You're just a placeholder. You're just somebody there helping her take care of her kids. Most of the times, if them women didn't need help, you wouldn't be there. They would be with the man who they really want to be with. But this is why I can never be a stepfather.
Boy, is he telling the truth. Yes, he is. It's so crazy. So crazy. Because when we actually get into the world of the internet and we hear a lot of different people speaking and stuff like that, right? It's always interesting because you'll have some people who would jump out there and say certain things like, oh man, that's not everybody's case. They love their stepkids or vice versa and stuff like that. And it's like, that's all fine and dandy, right? But I honestly don't believe in men becoming stepdads. This is just me personally. I don't. Because yes, you are playing another man's save game. You know what, fuck it, we gonna bring it to real life. You're second place to another man that's not even there. Now, if it's one of them situations where let's just hypothetically say that the original man that was there, he's not, let's say he's not up to par, right? Now, the question now comes in because it's a phrase, and I actually got this from Kevin Samuels, and it actually is pretty spot on. He said, you only get as high as your baby daddy, as your children's father. I hate the phrase baby mom, baby daddy. You only get as high as your children's father. Now, for another man coming into that situation, you have to ask yourself, did she technically upgrade? Right? Is the stepdaddy better than the original daddy? Now, what did the original daddy get? Well, typically he got her womb first, because one of the greatest things that a woman can do, one of them, is for a man is bring his seed into this world, right? Because without you, he cannot have children without you, right? So that's one of the greatest things you could do. So you brought his seed into the world, and now he's not up to par, but the next dude is. And you got to ask the question, well, is he better than the original? Because if he's better than the original, why does he have to settle for second place? I don't care how beautiful a woman is. I don't care what the situation is. You're settling because you are not the first pick. You are not the first pick of the litter. You did not get to drive that vehicle while it was brand new, no miles and all. You didn't get to do that. You had to come in second place. So how are you better than the dad? That's one. Two, you're not, even let's hypothetically say you're coming in and you're providing or you doing whatever. You technically can't even really be looked at as like the husband or anything like. You're technically always going to be looked at as the nigga who came in to help raise her kids, not your kids, her kids. So in no way, shape, or form does that look good for you, because it doesn't matter what women say. I'm gonna just be completely honest. Like let's keep it a buck. When men have conversations with men, y'all can say, oh, they're insecure, they're immature. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. But at the end of the day, this is real life. And in real life, men also have feelings, and they don't want to feel like dumbasses and stuff like that. When you taking on another man's responsibility, that don't look good on you, because it's like, damn, bro, you ain't, like, you really not him. Because if you was him, you'd be able to go get your own, but you had to take over another nigga's situation. Like, I even had a conversation, me and my babe, we have, conversations, hypothetical stuff like that. And I was talking to her and I was like, well, let's hypothetically say in this other world, other plane or whatever, if for some odd reason a dude was to get with you, you literally will be looking at him to fulfill my shoes and my position and my role within your life. That's one. Two, my children 9 times out of 10 won't even respect him fully, because I'm still going to be present. Like, my babies, you feel what I'm saying? So they would never look at another man and look at him in that regard. Now, for the other dude, he could be like, well, shit, I don't care. I'm just trying to clap cheeks or whatever. And that's perfectly fine. I wouldn't give a fuck, because that's no longer, in this hypothetical, my woman. But do you really think another man wants to come in here and take on my role for real? And you got to understand, when men, especially productive men, when they create families, they do certain things and they provide certain things for that said woman and their family structure. So do you really think you're going to get better than that? And then the first dude would actually look at the second one and be like, well, nigga, you really less than, because, nigga, you couldn't even go out here and get your own. You had to go to my family that remove the kids, but you had to go to my woman who already had my kids and be second place, my nigga. And I'm still, if I want to, I still got access to that woman. I'm not competing with you, nigga. You competing with me, because when I come around, nigga, I'm still daddy. So how is it in the benefit for you at all? I just don't get that. I never understood that. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong and explain to me how I'm wrong. Because in no way, shape, or form do I see dudes stepping in and taking over another man's family. I don't see that as a like pro up, glow up, level up. I don't see it as nothing whatsoever. Because at the same token too, 9 times out of 10, her kids is always going to become before you any fucking way. So you got to not only, and see, here's the difference too. Because some women poses a question and they say, well, why would it be okay for a woman to do it, to be stepmom and all like that, but not a man? Now, I would simply say this. If your preference is for, as a woman, is to not date a man with children, that's perfectly fine. Especially if you don't have none of your own, perfectly fine. You have every right and preference. Got you. But the difference is, if you come into a man's life, now we're not talking about the more bum ass dudes. We're talking about productive men that's financially stable, all of that. Take care of their own shit, all like that. He's not expecting you to come in and do something that's out of the ordinary, because women take care of cousins, sisters, kids, brothers, kids, they auntie, like this is something that y'all already do. It's that nurturing thing. But you want a man to come in and provide what? You want him to provide some type of resources. You want him to provide some type of stability, some type of protection. These are the things that you're going to want him to do. What it might not even be right now, but sometimes in the future, you will want that. Because how does it look if you're dating a dude? Let's say y'all in the game 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. And let's say something pops off with your kid, and you may need him for some type of help, whether it be financial help or something. And he tells you, oh, nah, just call their dad and, let me know when all of it blow over and I come through. You'll be like, well, damn, dude, I can't even depend on you when I actually need you. So why am I spending my time here? But it's like on the flip side, a man's not going to be like, oh, yeah, baby, I need you to go pay for this and pay for that and pay for this and you know what I'm saying, and provide some type of protection over my kids. It's like, no, I just need you to probably like drop them off, you know what I'm saying, or some, drop them off to school or something. If you living here in my house, drop them off to school because I got to go to work, or cook them some food. I bought all the groceries, or something along those lines. Y'all get what I'm saying. But y'all see how it's not really the same? Like, it's never the same. So I get exactly what he's saying, and I don't get why dudes put themselves in those type of situations to be stepdads. It would never been, and then the kids is gonna always go seek out their original dad. And 9 times out of 10, bro, they never gonna fucking call you dad no way. So you doing dad duties, but don't even get the title for real. How does that make sense? Let me know where I'm wrong at, and if you disagree, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll get at y'all later.